My name is Elliott Routledge and I'm an artist from Sydney, Australia. Ever since around 2001, most of what I do is outdoor large-scale public murals. My work these days is really abstract. That's the best way to describe it. Choosing this destination was not actually about the wall, it was about the place. The journey, a journey to discovery about indigenous art. I grew up on the North Shore of Sydney, which is not very culturally diverse, and having a son has made me realise I'm really frustrated by the divide between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal culture. So I guess I want my son to grow up with an understanding and an appreciation of the original owners of this land. Researching further in, I found out that Tiwi had a really thriving arts community. Painting a wall here was my way in to discover all this.
We have 3 art centres, 2 on this island and 1 over at Muyu, at this island. And we all, all one family. We're from Bathurst and Melbourne. We one Tiwi. My father taught me how to do carving, but when I was 13 years of age, I seen my grandmother bark painting, and I've learned from watching her how she paints. 1986, decided to start our art centre, and from there it's still going.
I grew up in a pretty creative family. We were given the chance to express ourselves pretty freely. I never studied fine art or anything like that, so everything I learnt was self-taught. And I think a lot of the street art and graffiti movement, they breed that. You can go anywhere and do anything, there are no rules. Indigenous art to me has always kind of been a little bit of a mystery. There's around 350 people in Pearl and Gympie, and almost half of them are registered in this art organisation.
Mainly the paintings really tell a story about your family or ancestors, or story about dreaming, dream time. It takes your mind off things, and you enjoy coming up here because you can mix up with other ladies.
Like I'm just doing my painting turtles, like for my dreaming. It's like I use 3 colours for like ochre colours. It's already gone to Melbourne and Perth, and we're organising for Paris and Singapore.
Munupi Art is a non-profit organisation run by a board of directors who are all Aboriginal from Pearl and Gympie. Cornelia, our eldest member, is in her 90s. She comes every day. John Margaret will do 2 or 3 paintings a day. Other people will be lucky to have 2 or 3 paintings a year. The Tiwi got their own mythology, which is unique to Australia. Their own iconography, their own style. But like that painting is just definitely contemporary art of today. It doesn't matter which culture it comes from. Same sensibility, same visual concept. Like from the Western world point of view, you have to go to study art to create something artistic which is of value. These people manage to get to the same point without going through all the academia and all the learning, through the history. It's fascinating.
Robert, nice to meet you, man. That's from Buffalo. Yeah. Really? As an abstract artist, I choose to use only a handful of colours. I can kind of see the similarities in how so much work can be made out of such a limited palette. I'm really interested in paints and colours and pigments. Really interested to find out how that works. So we're lucky enough that Tracy offered to take us out into the bush and show us. We managed to get 2 stowaways with us, 2 kids who are really cool, Bruce and Lenny.
Yeah, look here. Oh, yeah. Oh, shovel nose.
Got it.
Shovel nose.
What's it called? Shovel nose? Yeah, how did you see that thing? It was fully camouflaged. Took us to this amazing spot on the point where there's these huge chalk boulders. Oh, wow.
Chalk.
Yeah. And then you just mash it up into pigment?
Yeah, make it into powder and water.
That's beautiful, man. So how long have you been getting ochre from this one spot?
Since 60.
60s?
Yeah. Then we got the other one, it's yellow.
But you don't get that here, you get that somewhere else, right?
Inland.
Inland, right. And the red's the burnt version of the yellow.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for taking us here. Leading up to my time in Tiwi, I was quite nervous about the whole experience and apprehensive about how my art would be received in the community. And so before I painted the shop wall, I really wanted to meet the local people and see what they thought of the ideas I had.
Something with food, I think.
Something with food? Oh, yeah, it's on the store.
Yeah.
I want to do something that you guys can.
Yeah.
I was nervous to paint something on there because it is such an important building in the community. I've painted walls that are like 9 stories high on top of buildings and you can't have to squint to see them. And this trip was actually quite nice to paint something small and intimate. As the mural unfolded, the opinions I got and the reactions I got affected the mural, so that was really interesting, listening to the people. Whilst I was painting the shop, the idea of painting the footy club came up. Footy is a huge part of Tiwi culture. As time went on, it got less about me and more about what the people of Tiwi wanted. It was really important to me because it felt like the barriers had really fallen away and helped me get a better perspective on how I connect with people. A lot of the time these days with the new mural craze that's going on, a lot of artists travel the world, jump into a place they've never been to, don't meet anyone, paint what they want. With this journey, it's been great to find out about the culture of the Aboriginal people.
Painting is, what can I say? When I'm stressed or like lost, I come here to painting. Yeah, makes me better.
Like, we can't forget that for 200 years, Aboriginal people have gone through trauma after trauma after trauma, and it goes through generations. The art center is not just some place where you make art and sell it, but where all the individuals can heal themselves.
And I would love them kids to come, see me painting and so they can learn from me. And maybe in a couple of months' time they can, start doing their own. But I think here it's dying really slowly, the culture, probably when I go.
We teach the young people, tell them stories, show the kids what the painting is about. At the school, we teach them storytelling to pass our knowledge to the kids. When we go on, the young people, they're to do painting.
Talking to artists that are so connected to their stories and paintings, it blows me away. I guess because I'm on the constant search to find inspiration in storytelling in my own work, to see a whole culture that art is ingrained in what they do and how they tell stories. That was really interesting to me. And I guess the act of painting was ultimately just a vehicle to get me to that point. Whenever I travel with my murals, they become not as important as the journey and the people and the places and what I discover along the way.